Assalamu alaikum. I was scheduled to record a video today and I'm gonna stay on schedule, and it was pretty quiet a couple seconds ago, but I'm pretty sure that now that I'm like recording, there's gonna be a million cars driving by. But I wanted to tell you guys about a time really quickly, a story time about one time when I was at work. I'm gonna title this video A Toxic Marriage or My Toxic Marriage. I didn't know it was toxic at the time though. Just, you know, sometimes a person can be just so like overly forgiving or naive or any of those things that allow you to tolerate so much like craziness and mistreatment. But one time I was at work, this was before I even had kids, right at the beginning of my marriage, and my ex-husband, like in his own mind, because he was doing so much, like so many bad things in his own mind, like he would like project that on me, like he would like blame me for things. But at the time, like I don't know this, like I didn't know this. So he would come to my job dressed any kind of way, stirring up trouble, like, and I worked an office job, stirring up all kinds of trouble. Like people from work would come to me and be like, girl, your husband's downstairs in the lobby acting a fool, like the security had to come out and get him. And I'm like, what, like what's going on? But at the time, you know, like a long time ago, like mental illness is being talked about more, but not back then. My marriage was like for over, I was married for over 10 years, so a lot longer than 10 years. But so he would come to my job. I hope this is not too distracting, like, okay. I hope this is not too distracting. Now, me personally, when I watch videos and there's a little bit of noise in the background, I never mind. As long as it's, you know, I can hear the person is, you know, there, I can still hear them and the noise is not like consistently, like constant in the video, and then like I can't hear the voice or something. But okay, so he would come up to my job and just be like a complete crazy person. But you know what's so funny? Somewhere deep inside, I knew not to tell him that I was the supervisor, because I had that kind of marriage where I was not celebrated. Any of my milestones, becoming a supervisor, becoming a manager, I knew that I couldn't tell him that. So I'm losing track of what I was gonna say. I'm losing sunlight, but I wanted to stay on schedule and get this done. So, oh, that's what was happening. I had gotten like really busy, and one of the perks of the job was, this is the reason why I wanted to tell this. One of the perks of the job was I could stay at the Crown Royal Hotel for like a really discounted price. So the following week, that he would like constantly come to the job and say that I was cheating on him, and just accuse me of cheating on him with people at the job, people that I didn't even know. Like he was like living in Texas for a while before we got married, and then I moved there with him. At this time I had booked the weekend. This is all going to tie in. I had booked that following weekend at the Crown Royal Hotel for both of us to just stay there, just for like a little staycation, a little mini staycation. So what happened? So he was just a mess. Once we got home, he had shattered the mirror. Like he pushed me into the wall with like his shoulder, and like he like shattered my makeup mirror like right next to me. I had like little cuts on my neck and like at my jawline area, like little nicks from the glass shattering, not like a deep cut where I needed like stitches or anything like that. But like he was like really just out of control. And you know what, sometimes when he would sleep, he would be in a fit of rage in his sleep, using all kind of profanity. I used to wake up like, oh my god. But so yeah, he would come up to the job acting like a maniac. And what was funny is at this time, I was making a lot more money than him. Like my money was covering our rent and the utilities. So even though he did work at a hotel, but he didn't make as much money as I did. So I like, and then you guys don't share bank accounts. At this time we shared bank accounts, And you know what? I should have listened to his mother when she said that, but she was so negative about everything that I just kind of tossed her advice of never share a bank account with your husband. I kind of tossed that in there with the rest of her advice that was like really horrible advice, but this actually was good advice that she told me. She's like, I would never share a bank account with him. And I was just, little 22-year-old like, oh, okay. So, but anyways, the point of me saying that we shared a bank account is once he did all that, I went to the bank and I withdrew all my money out, and he only had like $70 in there. So, I'm a fair person. I left his $70 in there. He comes and obviously he had checked the account, and he calls me. I answer, and he's like, where are you? I tell him I'm at the bank. He pulls up at the bank. The bank was literally 5 minutes away from the house, and yeah, he pulls up to the bank. So he starts yelling about something that, of course, I never knew what these things were that he was talking about. Maybe I need to move up. I don't know if you can see me, and I need to talk quickly because I am losing such. I don't know how this is gonna come. If it comes out bad, I'll just delete it. But he what did he do? Oh, he is yelling at me like at the bank, like just being a complete maniac. You guys, I don't know if this is a good time because I'm parked in like the far area of the parking lot, and like, have you guys ever parked somewhere like really far in the parking lot and then a random car comes and pulls up next to you, like you're the furthest away from the majority of the stores, and then some car just absolutely has to come up and pull up next to you and then won't get out of the car, like oh my god. So how is this all tying in? Okay, yeah, my toxic marriage. So he's yelling. So I get in my car. I bet my ring light is shaking because it's windy and cold out here. So I get in my car. He gets in his car. No, I didn't even have a car. I used to let him take the car. I was in his family's car. I borrowed their van. I don't even know why. I borrowed their van because he had the car. He took the car, whether it was for work, I don't know what it was for. But so I back out, and just the craziest thing, I pretty much ran from him because he was just being like a maniac, and I didn't know about what, like accusing me of cheating with a coworker because I switched schedules with him, because that's what it was about. Okay, it's coming back to me now. I switched schedules with him so that I could have time with my husband at the Crown Royal Hotel for the next week. So I did not know he was driving to my job and like stalking me and stuff like that. So I didn't know that he even saw me talking with a coworker about switching schedules for the next week. And so that's why that was one of the things he was accusing me of, saying that I was cheating because I switched schedules so that the coworker could work my normal schedule, and then I could work the next week, because remember, I booked the hotel. Anyways, long story short, a couple of days went by. This is a long time ago, guys. Sometimes I have to remember these are like old stories. So a few days goes by. It's the next Friday that comes up, because I booked the hotel for the weekend. I went to the hotel, and I was just gonna stay there myself. He calls. I let him know. I was like, I told him the reason, like, so that he wouldn't be panicking, because I don't want him to be panicking. So I told him the reason why I'm talking to my coworker and switching schedules, because I had booked the hotel for us. So what ended up happening, I went to the hotel, and then he called me, because I was just gonna stay there by myself, because I didn't want to waste it. So one sec. I don't know where my Kleenex are, and it's freezing out here. So he comes in, he joins me at the hotel. He's leaving in and out of the hotel room. I don't know what he's doing. I was just watching TV. He's leaving in and out of the hotel room. And one time he comes back in, and he grabs me by my collar, and like he's taking his knuckles and pushing them into my clavicle area, and he's like mumbling and like strong arming me around, and I'm just like, this was the craziest thing. And guys, this was like at the beginning of my marriage, and just it's so funny. A lot of times people learn about these lessons way after they've experienced all of these crazy, harsh, abusive type things. I had no idea what manipulation was, gaslighting, emotional abuse. Like, I had no idea what any of those things were. Anyways, I guess I'll label this part 1. I'm not gonna make a lot of like part 3, part 4, part 5. I cannot. I could, but I'm just not gonna do that. That's way too much. But I did want to share this out there with somebody who just may be able to relate to this. And yeah, I will catch up with you guys later. I'll tell some more stories as I can think of them. Like I said, everything is not recent, so like I have to like pull from old memories, like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this craziness happened to me. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. I hope everybody is doing well. It's getting really late, so you guys take care.